set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you, no other. I've lost all
If you need a doctor, Forsyth and Rachel are down at the
worldly
medical center.
acclaim.
They can catch you up.
I just want to be
Remember,
the
no
one
funny
you
business.
love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I don't want to set the world on fire, honey. I love you too much. I just want to start a great big flame down in your heart. You see, way down inside of me, darling, I have only one desire. And that one desire is you. And I know nobody else ain't gonna do.
I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love. And with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart.
I wonder what you have made now.
Yeah?
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Attention everyone! For a limited time only, in every box of Spring Valley Kids for a free room mat. That's right, with Spring Valley Kids, you or your child can be the envy of aspiring astronauts everywhere. Remember, the free moon mat offer is found only in specially marked boxes of Spring Valley Potato Crisps. Spring Valley Potato Crisps, the snack so light and fresh, they're out of this world.
The best in talk, sports, drama, and music. Atomic Radio.
Welcome to the Atomic Hour. I'm your host, Frank Jones. We have a great show for you this hour. In fact, second baseman for the Capitol Congressman, Wade Terwilliger. Hello, Wade.
Hello, Frank. Glad to be here.
You've got a good team this year. What do you think your chances for winning the pennant are?
Well, I don't want to brag, but I think we're going to go all the way.
Is that a guarantee?
It most certainly is. You see, I got it all worked out. New York's ahead of us by 2 games right now. And I heard DiMaggio say they were going to take things one game at a time. Well, you know how they say we should always give 110%? I figure if we give 440% every time out, we can take things 4 games. That's 3 whole games better than a team from New York.
Is that right?
Like I said, I've already worked out
I'll
the
stop
math.
complaining
But why not
when
just
there's
try to
nothing
win the
left to
next game?
complain about.
That way you wouldn't have to break the laws of space and time.
No, because if we did that, we wouldn't gain any ground. It's a pennant race. We have to catch them.
I don't think it's literally a race. They just call it that.
I'm sorry, Frank. That just doesn't make any sense.
Maybe you're right. Well, good luck with the season.
We don't need luck. We have the math in our favor.
If you say so. Either way, that's all the time we have for today. Tune in next week when my guest will be Golden Globe star Cindy Gray. Only on the Atomic Hour.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
What's that burning up the road? Is it a wildfire? Nuclear fallout? No, it's the new Chrysless Corvega Atomic V8, the fastest automotive vehicle ever built. And what makes the Corvega faster than any other car? Why, it's the fins. These stylish tail fins aren't just for show. They're the exact same fins you'll find on ships NASA engineers for spaceflight. What does that have to do with automobiles? Nothing, if you're talking about the cars produced by our competitors. But the Corvega isn't just a car. It's a giant leap forward, delivered by a company with the know-how and ingenuity to reach for the moon, just like America. Chrysler, America's #1 producer of nuclear-powered automobiles.
And now, some music.
So the Blessed Father's light spoke through to the humbled man and said, what did he say? Oh, hello, my apologies. I seem to have lost track of where I was. I don't believe the two of us have formally met. My name is Edmund Callum.
This your chapel here, Pastor?
Yes, this chapel is mine in a sense, though it is open to all who would have need it, including myself. Do you have need?
What did you say?
Apologies. You stumbled upon me while I was reciting one of my sermons. Tell me, are you a religious sort?
No, not really.
That's a shame. I think you'd find something good here. Maybe something to ease the burdens you carry. I hold a number of sermons occasionally. Why don't you stop by sometime, and we can discuss more then. But before I let you go, Jake says you're the one to go to when things need doing, so to speak.
I don't like running errands.
No, nothing like that. I just wanted to officially touch base, since you're the de facto leader around here, even if you may not like to admit it.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
Well, you see, I've been walking the Wasteland for a long time now. I've done my best to spread the gospel of the Blessed Father. I listen to the problems of the people, and I try to help as many as I can. It has earned me a number of grateful souls I consider to be my flock. I have heard more confessions than you could imagine. I can tell you, I've seen a whole lot of places, There aren't too many you can find out there much safer than here. The efforts of you and the folks around is pretty darn unprecedented, to put it mildly.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, my background is not important, my child. My story begins, as it does for so many, when I found the word of the Blessed Father. The man I was before just wasn't cutting it. Finding the Bible, spreading his message, it changed my life and the lives of countless others. The Lord made me an offer I could not refuse. Once it becomes known amongst my flock that I have found a safe church here in which to hold my sermons, many of them will most likely make their way here as well.
I'll keep an eye out.
Please do. It will be for the betterment of us all, Lord willing. One last thing. I was wondering if there was a place you all used to dispose of corpses? Oh, no. Like a graveyard. I didn't notice one around. When folks die of sickness and other things, they tend to come to the pastor if there's one around. At least from my experience.
What was that about people getting sick?
The Wasteland is a harsh and dangerous place, my child. If it isn't raiders or super mutants, it's radiation and rad scorpions. And with the limited medical supplies that may happen to be lying about, it's just as easy to get a disease from drinking water as it is from a mole rat bite. It's a good thing to think about these sorts of things, is all I'm saying.
Thanks. I always appreciate good advice.
And I always appreciate a chance to give it. You really should come by sometimes and catch... And if you don't mind me being a little selfish, it would be a great thing for my flock. Their courage will grow by wonders to see someone out there making a difference, one way or the other. And perhaps you can lend a helping hand or two as well. It won't go unnoticed. I will keep you no longer. Go free, my child.
Thanks, Pastor.
Engaging hostile target.
Don't mind the robot, it won't hurt you. Or at least, I don't think it will. I found it slumped in a corner in the Vault-Tec building. Figure I'd repair it. Let it give me a hand bringing back all the stuff we found.
Please contact an authorized repair representative immediately.
I didn't quite get around to fixing its vocal processor. Maybe later. Right now we've got more important stuff to be getting on with. How'd things go with the Ron? You have anything interesting for us?
Take a look.
Hey, I've seen one of these before. It's a vigor tester, right? Lets you measure a person's qualities. How'd they make her so tiny? One I used was the size of a whole cabinet. Hey, hold still for a sec. Well, goddamn. I knew you were charming. But according to this thing, you're a regular Dean Domino.
Stop. You're making me blush.
Then my work here is done. The Ron really found this for us, did he? Not bad. This'll come in real useful. Help us assign the right people to work the right jobs. Here, you should keep hold of this. I think you'll put it to better use than me.
How are things here while I was gone?
Well, as you can see, I've been busy. I've been organizing everything we brought back from the Vault-Tec HQ. Including the most important thing, the Vault-Tec version of a comm hub. Or Vault Hub, as I started calling it.
Cool name.
Thanks. I thought so too. Actually, thanks to Vault Hub, I've already made some progress starting repairs to the real thing. Turn it on and I'll show you what I mean. I'm sure you remember that noise. What you're hearing there are radio signals from all the nearby A-centers. Turns out that's how the sensors and the hub connect with each other. Kind of obvious when you think about it. Don't know how I didn't realize sooner.
Makes sense.
Now, if you listen carefully, you can probably tell something ain't right. Seems Vault-Tec had problems with their hub's receiver module. It can't establish a stable connection. But, watch what happens when we bypass the crappy receiver in the vault hub, and instead patch in the far superior comm hub version. Now that sounds a whole lot better, don't it? Clearly the receiver from the comm hub works just fine. And that little demonstration is how we can use the vault hub to start testing components of the comm hub. Through trial and error, we can swap out parts, find what works and what doesn't, what we need to repair and what we need to replace. It'll be a slow process, but worth it in the end. I think we're finally on the road to getting a working comm hub, and more out of our ASAMs.
Sounds like fun.
I know you're pulling my leg, but I actually do enjoy this kind of stuff. Oh, and by the way, thanks to that little patch job we just did, technically speaking, we're now connected to every ASAM sensor in the immediate area.
What does that mean?
This means we can now remotely send and receive data to any nearby ASAMs. So here, take this. That's the holotape you found, the one with the new plot types. Why don't you load into that terminal there?
Either way, I have 7 years to find out. That's 7 years before a missing person is presumed dead, Mr. Trent. Do you think you can hold out for that long?
Actually, most murders are solved within 48 hours.
Are you admitting you murdered your wife?
I wasn't talking about my wife.
Mr. Trent, you realize why we're here, don't you? First your wife goes missing, and then the insurance auditor assigned to your case.
I don't see what's so strange about it. People disappear all the time.
Maybe so, but you took out a life insurance policy on both your wife and the auditor. Now the wife I get, but according to our records, you've never even met the auditor before.
So, he was old and out of shape. It didn't take a genius to see he was gonna die.
Funny, according to our records, the auditor was young and in good health.
Go ahead.
Wasn't talking about the auditor.
Did you hear what happened up in Redwood 7 years ago?
Load that holotape into that terminal. Maybe something good will happen.
Excuse me.
You wanted more out of the ASAMs? What?
No bodies. No one there to figure out how the whole thing went down.
Well, congratulations. You just uploaded data for 4 new plot types to all the ASAM sensors in the local area. Now, how's that for a little taste of what the comm hub can do? Not too shabby, huh? Although, keep in mind, when I said local, I do mean local. Right now, our range is fairly limited, at least for the time being.
Sounds like an important step.
It is, and I'm glad you see it that way. In any settlement that's not too far away, you'll now be able to build using those new plots. If you'd like, we could go test them right now. Or if you prefer, you can do it by yourself.
I don't need the help.
Fair enough. But at least take this holotape. All the information you'd want is right there, just in case you need it. Say, now that we've got a connection to the ASAMs, I wonder if we could establish communication with them. Set up communication with an ASAM. You know, two-way radio.
Hey there.
Hey! Ready to try and get this radio working?
Sounds good.
All right. I've patched in the parts we need. but I think we're gonna need more power for this. So I'm gonna head down to Plutonium Well, boost its output a little. Whilst I'm doing that, it'd be really helpful if you could try tuning in the hub for me.
Sure, I can do that.
Great. Just sit yourself down at the vault hub. Keep turning the frequency knob until you get a clear signal. Then just sit back and wait for my return. Okay, won't be long.
Mm-hmm.
This golf question. This golf question. Command, this is Golf Romeo 19er requesting additional support. Over. Command, this is Golf Romeo 19er requesting reinforcement. Over.
What the fuck is he saying?
What the? Well, who is this? How'd you get on this frequency? You're disrupting gunner communications. Do you know what kind of trouble that can get you in? You better tell me how you're doing this, and fast.
Oh dear.
Enough questions.
I got more where that came from, and you better start answering them. Civilian gear ain't able to broadcast on this frequency. What kind of hardware are you using? Where are you broadcasting from?
I gotta go.
Given the strength of your signal, you can't be far. Once we're done with our op, it shouldn't take too long to find you. Don't go anywhere.
Bring it on.
Darling! I got back as fast as I could.
You listen to the radio?
Yeah, I overheard the whole thing on my Pip-Boy. The hub's broadcast frequency. It must be similar to the one the gunners use. Or at least close enough to cause disruptions. This is not good. We really don't want the gunners' attention on us. We definitely don't want them sniffing around the comm hub. This is not good.
Whatever it is, we can handle it.
The gunners are a mercenary group. Guns for hire. Never thought about it before, but I guess that explains their name. Anyway, they ain't exactly the nicest bunch of people you'd run across. If they could find a reason to mess with you, they'll do it. By broadcasting on their comm frequency, we've probably piqued their curiosity. They'll want to know what kind of tech we're using. They may even try and take it. I don't think we could afford to let the gunners come here.
You're right. We take the fight to them.
Whoa, wait. I'd rather not fight them if we don't have to. Maybe I could talk to them. Convince them to leave us alone. Hold on. I think I could find where they're radioing from. All right. Looks like they were somewhere northeast of Olivia. Well, guess I should go check it out. Try to find these gunners, and see if I could reason with them. Although, kinda nervous. I'm used to dealing with raiders and your typical wasteland critters. But gunners, they're different. They're organized.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
You'll help? Thanks. I feel better already. Here, let me update your map. There. The gunners were somewhere near one of those markers. I don't know which one for sure. We'll have to check each of them. All right, lead on and I'll follow. Let's see if we can talk these gunners into leaving us alone.
America. For many, it's more than just a country. It's a heritage of freedom, one whose existence is currently in peril. That's because we live in a time where the threat of socialism is greater than at any point in history, spreading a pall over our world, our country, and your dinner table. Why is it important to protect the American way of life? Well, for starters, the quality of living in democratic countries is twice the level of that in Europe, where socialism is rampant. Moreover, we have better food, better cars, and are miles ahead in the field of adult entertainment. That's because in Europe, the mile has been abandoned as a unit of measurement in favor of the more socialist-friendly metric system. We know this economic abundance is possible due to incentive. We know that with hard work, a good education, and a large trust fund,
Who's there?
Hostile target identified.
achieve all their hopes and dreams. This inspires them to put in more effort in their work, regardless of whether those goals are lazily going about their days, they wait for their check to arrive. You can identify a communist usually by his mountain mac or potato chip bread. As well as a strong eagerness to check the mail, either for his entitlement check or coded messages from his superiors in Beijing. This parasitic, godless creature may seem like an ordinary citizen, but rest assured, if you think someone you know is a communist, notify your local authorities immediately. A failure to act would be the difference between protecting America and damning it.
My God. I know this place. I gave him ASAMs. What the hell happened here?
That's close enough.
Who are you? Whoa, easy there. Easy. We're not looking for trouble. Why don't you just put that gun down and we could talk?
Why are you here?
We're just looking for some gunners. That's all.
Gunners? You with the gunners?
Whoa, now, I said we're not looking for trouble. Darling, a little help here?
Look, all I need is for you to put down the gun. Then we can talk this through.
Mine goes down when his goes down.
Okay, that's fair. See? Putting it away.
All right. Assuming you're not gunners, why were you looking for them?
We were hoping to discuss something with them.
Huh. Well, I doubt you'll get much of a response. If you want to strike up a conversation, go ahead. I believe that one was the leader.
Feel like holding a seance?
Maybe later. Right now, we should probably focus on the living. If you don't mind us asking, what went down here? And who are you?
Gunner expansion. They tried to seize this place. Locals resisted. Maybe even fought back. You can see the results for yourself. By the time I arrived, it was too late to help anyone. So I found a concealed position on the overpass and administered a little Wasteland retribution.
There's a lot to be said for ambushing enemies from the shadows.
Sounds like you've some experience in that field.
You still haven't told us who you are. Or what you're doing here.
I'm Aiden. And without sounding too melodramatic, I hunt down gunners. Been on this squad's trail for a week. This is the 4th settlement they've hit.
Bastards. All of them.
Gunners have been unusually active lately, laying claim to territory all over the Commonwealth. This settlement was just the latest conquest. Saying that, this place used to just be a solitary hut. I've no idea how they built up so damn fast. Sudden growth must have been what made them a target.
Sudden growth? Oh no. Don't tell me the gunners attacked this place because I gave them ASAMs.
What? The hell are you talking about?
They're these little sensor things. Help people build stuff. I've been providing them the settlements for months now.
Huh. Then this attack was your fault.
Hey! Now you just wait a minute. You better watch what you say, mister.
That's a load of bull.
Whether it was intentional or not, you made them a target.
You can't blame me for what the gunners did. Folks deserve the opportunity to make a better life for themselves. And I don't appreciate some jumped-up vigilante accusing me of... Whoa, whoa, wait! You don't need to...
Reinforcements. Hope you can fight.
Every meal is as different as night and day. There's only one thing they all have in common. After the meal, make sure yours is slow and easy. Gray Tortoise famous sailor. The first deck. Well done.
Don't touch that dial. You found the best radio station in Boston. Public Radio.
Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that.
My God. I know this place. I gave him ASAMs. What the hell happened here?
That's close enough. Who are you?
Whoa, easy there.
Why are you here?
We're just
Gunners. You with the gunners?
Whoa, now, I said... Darling, a little help here?
Look, all I need is for you to put down the gun. Then we can talk this through.
Mine goes down when his goes down.
Okay.
All right. Assuming you're...
We...
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you tell?
Yeah, I'd like to know that much. If you don't mind us...
Gunner expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Locals... By the time I arrived, it was too...
There's a lot to be said.
Sounds like you've some experience in that field.
You still haven't told...
I'm Aiden. And without... And on this squad.
Bastards.
Gunners have been on you... Saying that.
Sudden growth?
Right.
What?
There are these little set...
Huh.
Hey! Now you just wait...
That's a bold statement.
Whether it was intentional...
You can't blame me for what the Gunners... And I don't appreciate some jump... Whoa, wait! You don't need to...
Reinforcement.
Hey there.
You okay there? Steam after someone accused me of causing what happened here.
Not gonna let that go, are you? Say what you like about them, but the gunners run a tight operation. Sooner or later they'll figure out what happened here. Chances are you and your partner will be flagged as persons of interest.
Oh, great. That's precisely the kind of thing we came here to avoid.
You can expect more gunner attention from now on, so watch your backs. They'll give you even more trouble than they give me.
Can you tell me about your trouble with the gunners?
Where would I even begin? We have history. That's all you need to know.
So what are you gonna do now?
I'm leaving, and so should you. There's no guarantee more reinforcements aren't en route.
Yeah, well, nice meeting you.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, and cut the charity with those sensors. They're just chum in the water. Hey.
The body can repair tissue damage, but still, too much radiation too quickly can prove fatal. Caution is recommended.
Hi.
You think he's really gone?
You're upset about something, I can tell.
You heard what that guy said? That this was all my fault? You don't think he was right, do you? That given these people Sam's made them a target? That I'm responsible for bringing the gunners here?
You can't blame yourself.
Yeah, maybe you're right. It's not like I can control what the gunners do. I'm just glad that Aiden fella's gone. There's something about that guy that rubbed me the wrong way. Maybe it was the gun that he pointed at my head. And I'm not sure I trust his version of events, regarding what went down here.
Why don't you believe his story?
I'm not sure. Just something about it didn't sit right.
At least he didn't shoot us.
Hey, I know this may seem odd, but I think I want to stay here for a while. We may have stopped these gunners coming to Concord, but in doing so, we might have dug ourselves into an even deeper pit. I need to think things over. Maybe come up with a new plan of action for us. Or at the very least, reevaluate how we're doing things now.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
I won't be here long. Come find me at the hardware store later. And stay safe out there, all right? If anything happened to you, well, just stay safe.
My feet hurts. Everything hurts.
I find this traveling agrees with me.
Hey.
May I be of assistance? Do you need a steam pack? I have made extra.
Tell me what's on your mind.
It stands to reason that aquatic animals would succumb to the ravages of radiation.
Complex systems fail in complex ways.
Just looking to trade a little.
Hey, any tales? Actually, don't tell me, Katie. Hail me later, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know, but I've been told uranium ore's worth more than gold. So, McCad, I bought me a Jeep. I got that bug, and I can't sleep. Uranium fever has gone and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. With a Geiger counter in
me some government land.
Excuse me.
I like that Jake and yourself are fixing things up around here.
Well, I had a talk
Hey.
with the
Oh, dang it to hell! You bagged a freaking Concord Death Claw! This is unfreaking believable! Everyone from DC to Miami knows of this piece, and you done killed it! I demand to know how in Adam's name did you pull this off?
Believe me, it wasn't easy.
Oh, Daddy. This hunter beat you fair and square. There's no need to get all ornery about it. And where are our manners? I'm dreadfully sorry. This here tired old hunter is my father, Elias Thompson. And I'm Ruby Thompson. We've kinda set up shop here in Concord.
I'm not sorry! Having that damnable Deathclaw's head on my mantelpiece was going to be my crowning trophy!
Daddy, I think we should invite them home so we can hear the story in more comfortable surrounds.
Alright, fine. Our house is the two-story on the outskirts of town near the old church. Still want to know how in Adam's name you managed it.
We would love you to come and share a meal with us whenever you can. No worries, no rush. Stop by some evening when you're free. Good company is always appreciated. Come on, Dad. Let's go and finish patching up the window, like you promised. Bye for now.
uranium fever has done and got me down. Uranium fever is spreading all around. With a Geiger counter in my hand,
I'm going out to stake me some government land.
uranium fever has done and got me down.
Hi.
Excuse me, you there. Might I trouble you for a moment of your time?
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Of course. What's up?
Now, I hate to ask a stranger for this, but I need a bit of a hand tracking down a few of my workers. You see now, me and my caravan moseyed on into the area a few days back now. Come up from Virginia in the wreckage of the late Great Virginia Caravan Company. But the death of my hard work, hopes, and the very foundation of myself as a man is neither here nor there. Right now, there's other things to worry about. Unfortunate to say, but most of my people didn't make it down the road. Bobby over here is the only one besides myself yet unmaimed by the Commonwealth. No, at least two of my folks made it into the local area, but we got separated before Concord. If you could find them for me, I'd be mighty grateful.
Don't worry. I can help. Tell me what happened.
Well, I thank you kindly. Not a lot of folks willing to help others out in these times. I won't forget this. Look, there's two of them. The first one got grabbed by a group of raiders near some big stone fortress we passed by. You'll probably need to crack a few heads to get him back. The second one got lost up by Natick. Old world town. Place is overrun with undesirables. If you can find them alive, then just tell them to meet me here in Concord. If you find them dead, I'd like you to bring me something back. Something I might be able to send her.
All right. I'll find them.
I can't thank you.
Either be home by 6 or you don't come home at all.
Why, I didn't know the circus was in town. You must be the bearded lady I've heard so much about.
And you must be the pig my sister married. How's life on the farm treating you?
Oh, can't complain. Maybe if you had a job like mine, you could afford an apartment of your own.
That's a laugh. Don't tell me you're actually proud of this shoddy excuse for a home.
It's got character, Jill. And bathroom mirrors. Something your place clearly doesn't have, seeing as you forgot to shave.
At least I have an excuse. You, on the other hand, have a bathroom and a sink, and you still haven't figured out how to brush your teeth. And for your information, I live in a high-rise condo. I'd invite you over, but the elevators aren't built to support planets your size.
That's it, I've had enough of you. Where's Margaret anyway? What, you send her to hell to pick up the rest of your luggage?
I was gonna ask you the same. I wanted to go watch the ballet, but she insisted I babysit you instead.
Wait, you don't want to be here either?
Of course not.
Then where the hell is Margaret?
Where's Sonny?
He couldn't make it. What's the score?
The Yanks are down 2 runs. I didn't know you liked baseball, Margaret.
Baseball I like. Pinstripes, not so much.
came from across the Charles. Long hike.
I love those dear heart-old people who live and love in my hometown. They read the good book from Friday till Monday. That's how the weekend goes. I've got a dream house I'll build there one day with big
How exciting!
What kind of person pals around with a You're not a synth, are you?
Don't move, synth. What have you done with the real Riley? Where's my brother? I swear, I'm not a synth. Don't shoot, for God's sakes. We're family.
Put the gun down, now!
He's a synth. He'll kill us all. Kyle, no!
Okay, show's over. There are no synths in Diamond City. Did he hear me? Just you folks.
And now, a word from our sponsors. Jangles! I can't seem to find the sugar bombs. What do you mean we're all out? We packed over 40 boxes for this trip. How on earth's a major am I going to stop the Cetacronian invasion on an empty stomach? Jangles, are you holding out on me? Oh, Jangles.
Hey!
You stupid primate.
You won't find a more comprehensive depository of information in the Commonwealth.
Adults, and possibly your pets.
I got the job done.
The run always pays his dues. Enjoy. Hey, good to see you again, cool cat. Here to buy or here to...
Looking for a job, if you've got one.
Oh yeah! I got more work if you're interested.
Sure, I'm interested.
Oh yeah! That's what the Ron likes to hear. I need you to grab a bundle of folders. Here, I'll mark the location on your Pip-Boy. Find the info and bring it back.
I'm taking you out of the game, Skip.
My name's Jean-Baptiste, Coach.
Damn it, Skip. Didn't I tell you I don't speak French?
Neither do I. And besides, I thought you were the skipper.
I am the skipper, and you're Skip. And this peanut butter on my thumb is Skippy.
What's the peanut butter for?
What do you think it's for? It's the doctor of the baseball.
My baseball needs a doctor? Is it sick?
It's got the PTSD, you dummy. Because in case you hadn't noticed, the team from St. Louis has spent the last hour knocking the cover out the thing. And do you know whose fault that is?
I'm afraid I don't, Coach.
Yours, you nincompoop.
I thought you said my name was Skip.
Now, a word from our sponsor.
Did you know that 4 out of 5 doctors prefer smoking Big Boss cigarettes to any other brand? That's because Big Boss is made from all-natural tobacco, toasted to perfection by real Apache Indians.
Hey, how's it going? Seen you around town before. I don't suppose you'd be interested in checking out the mostly open, new and improved Fallon's department store, would you?
That does sound interesting.
Doesn't it? Told Carnal someone would stop by eventually. All right. Well, if you'll just follow me inside.
Lay that pistol down, babe, lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama, lay that pistol down. Oh, drinking beer in a cabaret, was I having fun?
Till one night she caught me right. Now I'm on the run.
Oh, lay that pistol down, babe. Lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down. Oh, I see you every night, Bing, and I'll woo you every day. I'll be your regular mama. And
Hey. All right, here we are. Be careful not to trip over all the,
Lay that pistol
dust.
down.
Yeah.
Pistol packing mama. Lay the thing down before it goes off and hurts somebody.
What are you thinking about?
Well, I've always had a passion for fashion. I read about it in a magazine once. But the issue is I ain't exactly what you'd call the creative type. But with a little bit of help, I think we can get a solution going for that. Let me get Carnal down here and we can get into it. Hey, Carnal! We got somebody interested in our biz! And bring the camera!
Just a moment, I'm refreshing.
She'll be down quick. Why don't you, take a seat? Or maybe look around. We don't got anything really worth stealing, unless you're interested in old coffee cups and clipboards. I didn't mean it like that, but you know what? It's fine, I guess.
Dylan called?
Hey, sugar. Found someone willing to help us. Ain't that right?
Yeah, I'm here to help. What's the problem?
Okay, job's real simple. All we need is a few pictures of nice-looking outfits. For references, you know? Got this camera from the back. Should still work. How about a shot of that Jake fella lives over in the hardware store? Handsome devil he is. Hell of a style, too. Should be a great place to start. Try not to let him spot you.
Can't be too hard. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, you're a real doll.
Toodaloo.
Hello.
Oh, singing songs in a cabaret. Was I having fun? Till one night I didn't sing right. Now I'm on the run. Oh, lay that pistol down, babe. Lay that pistol down. Pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down. Oh, pistol packing mama. Lay that pistol down.
Don't touch that dial. You found the best radio station in Boston, Atomic Radio.
Dad used to talk about the Dunwich building like it was alive.
Hello. We are so glad you could make the time to come and see us. Dad, look who's come to visit.
Oh, right. It's the hunter who stole my trophy. Hunting has been my life for so many years that I get a bit ornery when someone comes between me and my prey.
Come on. Tell me the whole story. Who were you before all this?
I've been hunting ever since I could hold, but lately, nothing seems to go my way. And your death claw back there was the straw that broke this camel's back. Ruby and I have been traveling these parts to find somewhere safe to build a home again after our last one was destroyed.
Super mutants found our settlement and attacked one night. Daddy killed 4 of them before we were overwhelmed, and we had to get the hell out of there. They destroyed everything.
Oh, don't cry, sweetheart. You know what kills me. Anyways, Concord seemed like a nice and easily defensible place, now that those raiders have been cleared out.
Daddy has heard about a few more trophy animals around these parts and has promised me he will retire after he has bagged them. Isn't that right, Daddy?
That's right, darling.
Well, it was real nice of you coming to visit, and we hope to be able to show you some impressive kills of our own soon. Thanks for listening to our tale. We haven't had much in the way of friends for quite a while now. This is a welcome change of pace. And feel free to stay as long as you'd like. There's extra iguana soup if you're still hungry. It's Dad's favorite.
called gunners. So if you see any, make sure you stay far away from them, all right? Okay, now, I gotta go. But wherever you are, stay safe. I'll see you again soon, sweetheart.
Uh-huh. Ooh, working on something important?
Oh, hey, darling. Didn't hear you come in. Turns out our radio connection between the hub and the ASAMs works just fine. I was just recording a message for someone.
Oh?
Yeah. Well, after the whole gunner thing, I just... well... It's kind of... this is awkward. I was sort of hoping to keep this private. What I wouldn't give for an interruption right now.
Search complete.
Huh? Oh, right. I asked the robot to find my screwdriver. Good timing. I don't mean to question your logic, Chip, but... does that look like a screwdriver to you?
Affirmative.
You know what? You're right. Turns out this hammer is my screwdriver after all. Good work. Now, why don't you go patrol or something?
Protect and serve.
That lot ain't right.
Maybe I could lend a hand.
Maybe you could. Tell you what, darling. If you can find my screwdriver, I'll tell you who I was recording the message for. It's probably past time I told you anyway. Sound fair?
All right. Deal.
All right, then. We have ourselves a gentleman's agreement.
Here.
Hey, you found it. Thanks. It was driving me nuts looking for this thing. Okay, you held up your side of the deal.
A word from our sponsor.
I'll spill the beans on who I was recording that message for.
Honey, the TV's
Ready for a
on
little
the
history of Jake?
Did you try kicking it?
I've tried kicking it, shooting it, and even tossing it in the microwave.
Give me the short version.
Sure, I could do that. So I come from a settlement that's quite a long way from here. A place called Sanford. And that's where a number of years ago I met this young woman. Well, one thing led to another and, well, you know how it goes. You met someone and had a son, and I met someone and had a...
Do you have a daughter?
Yeah, that's right. I had a little girl. I named her Laura. And from the moment she was born, that kid became my world.
What the... Oh, that damn generator again! This is the 5th time it's stalled today!
Well, if something's wrong, maybe I can help.
It's the old plutonium well. The generator that kickstarts the fission reaction. It's been real temperamental lately. Hey, if you wouldn't mind, could you go get it started again for me? It probably just needs refueling.
They say the carpenter lives a long life. Whether you spend your days at the church or the saloon, you'll find traces of his legacy in every brick, board, and nail. The gunsmith is no different. You'll find his signature in the holsters of sheriffs and bandits alike, his name written in the trails of gunsmoke. But neither the carpenter nor the gunsmith lived as long as one Samantha Bell. That's because she put her soul into a song. No one knew for sure when she met the man from the Far East. The lyrics say you walked right out of the Pacific. Maybe that's true. They came from lands unknown to work on a railroad that would someday cross the continental United States.
So when Samantha's father sent her back to Boston, putting a good 3,000 miles between her and her love, the man saw it as a test. He was going to take the train east one day, even if it meant laying down the track himself. Samantha believed it, too. And on the day she left and every day after, she'd turn toward the sunset and sing him a song. She let its melody travel on the wind from town to town, ear to ear.
All is well.
Hoping one day it'd reach his. And happy endings were the stuff of fairy tales and pixie dust. The song never found him, and the man never made it east. Still, so strong was their love that the echoes remain. And late at night, if you listen for it, you can hear Samantha humming by the shore, in hopes that one day she'll wander into his arms again. He said, "Come wander with me, love. Come wander with me, away from this sad world. Come wander." He came from the sunset.
Yes.
He came from the sea. He came from my sorrow and can love only.
I'm telling you now, they call me love and dad. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. If you don't believe
Got it.
all I say, come up and take my hand. When I let you go, you'll cry. Oh yes, he's a 60-minute man. There'll be 15 minutes of kissing. Then you holler, please don't stop. There'll be 50 minutes teasing, 50 minutes squeezing, and 50 minutes of blowing my top. If your old man ain't treating you right, come up and see old dad. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man. Love and dance, I'll rock, roll all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. 60-minute man. They call me love and dance. I'll rock 'em, roll 'em all night long. I'm a 60-minute man. There'll be 15 minutes of kissing. Then you holler, please don't stop. There'll be 50 minutes of teasing, and 50 minutes of squeezing, and 50 minutes of blowing my top.
Hey there.
Ah, I got the generator humming again, I see. Thanks. It's no fun trying to work in the dark. Now, where was I? Oh, right. So, years pass, and Laura grows up. However, me and her mom, Caitlin, we ended up drifting apart and separating. But I'd still see Laura all the time, though. And when she'd stay with her mom, we'd keep in touch. The radio.
They say the best
So,
cigars come
one
from
day
Cuba.
I broadcast our usual
But do you
radio
know who
time
else
to say
smoked
goodnight.
Cuban cigars?
But there's no
Joseph
response.
Stalin,
Now, you gotta
Fidel
understand.
Castro, and
Laura's the most punctual kid you'd ever meet. She was never late for anything. Naturally, I began to panic a little, worrying if something bad might have happened to her. So I rushed over to Caitlin's house and...
brand that does the job. San Francisco.
What happened?
One of the worst things that could ever happen to a parent.
You're listening to Atomic Radio, the #1 AM station in all of Boston.
Requesting backup.
Hostile targets. What is that robot? Oh, for crying out loud. Could you go lend a bucket of bolts a hand? As annoying as it can be sometimes, it'd be a pain in the ass to have to rebuild it.
For the next decade is a never-ending thing. Scrunch down, rises up lying in the street, trying desperately to write down the license number of the double-decker bus that ran her over. A bus called Fame.
Miss Booker, what I say to you? It's almost noon and you've been in this room all day.
Tell me, Mr. Perkins, when you look at this picture, what do you think?
I don't know, Miss Booker. I just walked in.
Have you seen justice? Because it's empty. Villains there are dribbled down for simpletons. Perfect civilization. What with their jukeboxes and fast cars and rock and roll. Whatever happened to charm and romance? Whatever happened to the 1930s?
Well, it wasn't good times for most people, Miss Booker. There is a reason they call it the Depression.
And what do you think I am now? Happy? No. I'm more depressed than
Hey
I've
there.
ever been.
Thanks for dealing with that. Now, let's see if I can finish my story. So I'm at Caitlin's house, but turns out no one's there. The place was deserted, and all the belongings had been packed up. I rushed to Laura's room, no one there, all her stuff's gone, even her ham radio. Well, I asked around. Turns out earlier that day, Caitlin had booked passage on a caravan, and they were long gone. Now, there was no way in hell I was about to let Caitlin disappear with my daughter. I dashed back home, gathered a few essentials, and set off in pursuit.
It's the story of two...
There's nothing worse than losing a child. Believe me.
Yeah, you understand. Anyway, I tracked that damn caravan halfway across the wasteland. By the time I caught up with it, it had made its final stop. Here, in the Commonwealth. Caitlin and Laura had already departed, but I knew where they were now. Since then, I've put out a radio message every night, hoping Laura might hear it. Know that her dad is out here looking for her. After our little run-in with the gunners, I needed to warn her to stay away from him. I know she probably won't hear it, but still, I had to try.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. I've not really spoken to anyone about Laura since I got here. Unless you count the Ron. Anyway, thanks for listening. Feels good to finally share. Get everything off my chest.
What is it now? Feral dwarves? Irradiated death claws?
One of the signatories of the Declaration of Independence. He was the president of Georgia, a saint of freedom, and a man of his word. And now...
What's all this about? Death claws?
Oh, old Paul!
The only brew made from
Sorry, I wasn't expecting visitors.
patriotic as Bud himself.
Is something up?
Well, cheese and crackers. You must be the ones with the SM sensors, eh?
Me and my partner here, yeah. And they're called ASAMs.
Is it true what the old geezer said? Can ASMs really help build up settlements?
Well, sure, as long as what your settlement needs are some homes and farms, or a scrap heap. But I should warn you, recently there's been some trouble with...
Gee, a scrap heap? Well, that settles it. We'll take 100 ASMs, please. How many caps does that come to?
Whoa, slow down. We're not just peddling some product here. Besides, I'm not even sure we should be handing these things out anymore.
What makes you say that?
Don't tell me you've already forgotten. That Aiden guy may have been a Brahmin's ass, but he did have a point. It's a fair bet that settlement got attacked because they used ASAMs. Who's to say the same thing wouldn't happen again?
There's no good answer. Taking action puts us at risk, but inaction could be deadly.
I'm just not sure it's right to give out sensors to random settlements no more. Not if it puts them in danger.
If you're concerned about giving sensors out to strangers, why not have them join us instead? I've got no problem defending those we bring into the fold.
Hey, we'd be happy to join with ya. Right now we're kind of living rough, so whatever it takes to get some atoms, eh?
I don't know.
Look, I don't see what the problem is here.
Things are different now. We ain't just dealing with raiders or the odd mutant anymore. Can you honestly say it's the right thing to have these people join us?
You need to decide, Jake. What's it gonna be?
I don't know. After the whole Gunner thing. What do you think, darling? What's the right thing to do?
Tell me about the options.
Well, we could let them join us. But if we do that, we might just be making them a target. That's why I'm not sure what to do.
Don't worry. I'll get you up and running.
Really? You'd have us? Oh, geez, thanks.
I still think we may be asking for trouble. But I think you're right. We can't be scared to help folks. Okay, let's do this.
Oh, you really don't know what this means to us. Thank you so much.
No problem. Welcome to the family. Sorry, what's your name?
Hubert. Here, I'll mark where we're staying on your Pip-Boy. I'll run ahead and tell the others. Meet you there, eh?
I'll tag along with the youngin'. I'm fairly familiar with sensors by now. I'll get his people up to speed before you arrive.
Here, darling, take these. A few extra ASAMs, in case you need them. Let's get these folks up and running. And if the gunners do show up again, well, we'll just have to put them in their place, won't we? I'm gonna get back to repairing the hub. Oh, and thanks again for listening today. Good luck now.
She knew quite well that I was immune to her wild fits of fancy, and it would take more than a good story to make me believe. Naturally, she had no real proof. It was always at the dead of night, never when anyone else was around. The terminal would turn itself on and type me strange cryptic messages. She couldn't tell me what it said, because she didn't understand the words. But then there was the other side of it. The ever-bending truth that lay in the content of those messages. She would scribble them down every night until she had notebooks full of what she believed to be an ancient and unknown language. She was committed to this lie, that much was for sure. So committed, in fact, that I could hear her in the dead of night, typing and scribbling. She became distant, aloof, to the point that I had to struggle to maintain. Yet the day she disappeared, I was sure it was another hoax. I knew that the moment I believed her, the second I gave in, she would show up at the door and proclaim she got the better of me. But she never did. Even now, when I sleep in her room, listening to her terminal type, I find it all too hard to believe. How can I? Because if this translation is correct, and what it says is true, then there's nothing I can do to save her.
that keep trying to come true. It's all over, but the cry, and I can't get over crying over you. It's all over but the cry, and nobody's crying but me. Friends all over know I'm crying.
Every day of the week, Hubert.
See? Here they are now. I told ya. All our building problems are solved.
You really are an idiot, Hubert. After I've dealt with this, remind me to explain the meaning of low profile to you. Okay, that's far enough. Throw your weapon on the ground. Let's see those hands in the air.
Wait a second. Are you threatening me?
Ah, great. Another Hubert. Yes, I am threatening you. Do as I say, or I will be forced to hurt you.
Calm down. Let's talk this out.
There's nothing to talk about. Hubert may have asked to join you, but he doesn't speak for all of us. And I don't for a second believe what he or this old man say about these ASAM sensors.
ASAMs?
ASAM, whatever. Look, I don't want to hurt you, but I don't trust your reasons for being here. So please, just hand over your weapon.
But I want to help you guys.
All right, fine. You can hold on to your weapon. I better not regret this.
See, Stodge? No shooting. I told you it was all good. No one's here to hurt us. So why not listen about the Asams now, eh? If we join this nice lady, she'd help us build this place into a real home.
Youngest, right. Seen these sensors in action myself. Just the thing for a fledgling settlement.
Okay, fine. If it shuts the two of you up, I'll listen. I'm still not convinced these things are the answer to a new home.
I want to help, but I don't like the secrecy. Who are you really?
Considering you've not shot at you as yet, I suppose there's no harm in telling you. You ever heard of the Gunners? They're a merc group with a nasty, mean streak. I actually used to run with them a couple of decades ago. But back then, they weren't so bad. But recently, they've been making a real nuisance of themselves, laying claim to territory all over the Commonwealth. Their most recent claim was our settlement. They annexed it. So we ran. Now we're just trying to lay low and rebuild what we lost. But, if you ask me, the Gunners are up to something. They were never this territorial before. If you happen to run into any of them, watch yourself.
What are you guys doing out here?
We're preparing for a dance number. What does it look like we're doing?
Stodge, don't be an ass. It's a fair question.
Oh, okay. We're trying to build ourselves a new home. Hubert here was meant to be looking for supplies and materials we could use, all whilst keeping a low profile. so that he wouldn't draw any attention to us. Instead, he signs us up to some kind of construction scheme and brings back a bunch of strangers. So you'll forgive me if I seem a little pissed.
You're trying to trick me.
What would it take to convince you?
Okay. Even if I did believe these ASAMs do everything I've been told, how do I know we could trust you? We just had our old home taken from us by goddamn mercenaries. Had to flee just so we wouldn't become indentured workers. So I can't say I'm thrilled with the idea of us running, only to be leashed by some new landlord, making promises they can't keep. Even if these senses of yours work, I'd need to know we're not signing over our independence and freedom. I need to know you're on the level.
Couldn't agree more. How can you protect you and yours if you don't know what you're facing?
Exactly. Huh. You, actually understand. Maybe I've had you all wrong. Maybe these ASAMs really are what you say. Okay, I'll go along with this whole censor thing. We'll join with you. You better not try and screw us over.
Oh, great. With Stodge on board, everyone else will fall right in line.
But I've one condition, and it's non-negotiable. We'll join with you, and use your sensors. But you gotta let us decide how we use them. If we're gonna make a new home, then we should have the say in how it's built.
Fair enough.
All right. Well then, I think we can make this work. Okay, everyone, listen up. This is how we're gonna do things. We need to decide on a leader. Someone who can take charge of the building effort, and then run the place once construction's done. Most of us have skills that'd be useful in a leadership position. So anyone who thinks they're up to the task, step forward and make yourself known. I'll go first. What the? I can't say I expected Hubert to step forward. What are you doing, old man? You're not one of us.
I've already benefited from the censors. If I can, I'd like to return some of the kindness shown to me and help you people out. I know I may not look like much, but I've been around a while. Reckon I could offer some useful guidance, at least until you're on your feet.
Fair enough. But all three of us can't lead. We'll have to pick just one of us.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you just...
All right, I'll do it.
Well, that's all kinds of fantastic. I can't wait to see who you pick.
Hi.
Huh? You made up your mind?
I've made my choice.
Oh? Who'd you pick?
How about you?
Smart pick. You made the right choice.
Attention everyone! For a limited time only, in every box's Spring Valley kitty for a free movement. That's right. With Spring Valley Crisps, you
Let's
or
trade
your
some things.
can be the envy of aspiring astronauts everywhere.
How could old Paul help you?
Remember, the free moon map offer is found only in specially
Excuse me.
marked boxes of Spring Valley potato crisps. Spring Valley potato crisps. The snacks so light and fresh, they're out of this world.
best in talk, sports, drama, and music. Atomic Radio.
On a planet forged in fire and blood, live maidens bred for war. Only one man stands between them and
Got it.
total annihilation. Rognak, the barbarian. Yet to save Earth, he must slay a four-armed goddess whose might is as infinite as space. Enter Mola, war maiden of Mars.
Heed my words, you pathetic earthlings. Marla has come to your cowardly planet with a single demand. You will bring her your greatest warrior, so she may
Rognak accepts your challenge.
You
All right,
I'm low on food for little
pull those
Cole.
thumbs out.
Could really
Grab a
use
hand.
anything you have to
Let's
spare.
see if these ASAMs live up to all the hype.
Does not wear the skulls of his enemies. He crushes them.
Ha! You may have bested the warriors of Earth, but your luck has run out. For today you face one, war maiden of Mars.
The only thing Rognak is out of is patience, which means you, Red Woman, are out of time. Will Rognak slay the war?
Sure.
Oh, much obliged.
If you are injured.
Find out in
I want to trade a few things.
presentation of Rognak versus Mola.
Yes.
War maiden of Mars.
Hey,
Well, would you look at that? The ASAMs worked exactly as you said. I suppose I owe you an apology. So, sorry. I think you've given us the fresh start we needed. You can count on me to lead this place in your name. Thank you for everything.
Watch out for flying glass. Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin, that's about the shot I've been hitting.
We need more water here. See that?
Protect and
What are you looking at? Is there something on my face?
One look and I yell timber. Watch out for flying glass.
There's something about
Cause the
you.
ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin, that's about the shot I've been hitting. I was walking along, minding my business. Love came and hit me in the eye. Out of an orange colored purple stripe, pretty green polka dot
Now, a message from our sponsors.
You're just about out of gas, but the nearest red rocket is miles away. What do you do?
Oh, it makes no difference. Just fill me up with the high-octane gas. Same as Red Rocket Premium.
Wrong! Don't make the octane mistake. There are 21 megatane ratings that go into every gallon of gas, and Red Rocket rates the highest in 20 of 21 categories not tainted by European metrics. And the higher your megatane rating, the better your motor will run. Sure, you won't notice the difference, but your car will feel younger, last longer, and have enough energy to keep you warm on those cold winter nights.
Hey, Daddy, wanna go for a ride?
Red Rocket gasoline, because she's worth it.
You found the best radio station in all of Boston. Atomic Radio.
How do you think Mr. Pebbles is doing? My guess is even though all of us said it was a guess after all. I don't like making bold predictions. We all know you're a pussy, Greg. You don't have to beat around the bush. Well, isn't Mr. Pebbles one too?
Hey! Hey, you're never gonna guess what I just got running. The comm hub! Hear that? That's the sound of the Commonwealth future. Something. What? Oh! Oh! Come on! Oh! Well, I was gonna suggest you come and see this thing in action, but seems the comm hub decided exploding would be a better use of its time. You should still head on back. Fill me in on how things went with those folks. By the time you arrive, I should have the hub up and running again. Just need to replace those damn tubes.
Calculating chance of success. Less than 5%.
That's enough out of you.
Hello.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3.
Hey there.
Oh, hey there. You get that picture yet? Or are you looking for a bit of one-on-one convo with yours truly?
Yep, got it right here.
Hey, what do you know? Knew you could get it done. Let me see it. Oh, damn, this is good. You got a real eye for photography. If you snap a picture of an out... And, hey, I really do appreciate the help.
You not Connell's least favorite human, yes?
Hey there.
Oh, hey. I hope things went more smooth for you than they have for me. You take care of them folks? They all set up with ASAMs now?
Yep, easiest job I've had in a while.
Oh, well, good. Glad it wasn't too taxing. After our meeting with the gunners, I was a little spooked. Was thinking twice about this whole ASAM thing. Thanks for talking me around. Now, my turn to share some good news. I managed to get the comm hub running. Come over here, let me show you. was patching in a few more parts when suddenly the darn thing just sprung to life. I guess I bypassed enough busted components.
That's great news.
We're not out of the woods just yet, but we are close. Now that the comm hub's actually running, I know the exact parts we need to get it fully repaired. If I could get this baby firing all cylinders again, it'll be perfect for what you'll be needing.
I'm listening.
With the hub fully functional, we could finally establish reliable communications between every single one of our settlements. Think about it. Near instant communication. Every settlement part of a networked interchange. If we had something like that, surprise attacks would be a thing of the past. Not even the gunners would be a worry no more. Plus, we'd have efficient division of labor, meaning faster settlement growth.
How can I help?
I'm glad you asked. We're not quite at the settlement interchange stage just yet. First, we're gonna need some specialized components to fully repair this thing. That's where I'm gonna need your help. That is, if you're willing to do a little legwork.
Sure. I'm game.
Now that's the spirit I love to see. Here, I've already written a list. These locations are where we should be able to find the components we need. However, this ain't gonna be the kind of stuff you'll be able to grab yourself. The parts will need to be stripped out of the tech they're housed in. But don't worry, I got the solution. Mala! Get over here! I believe you're familiar with our robot friend. Figured it was past time she had a name.
Excuse me.
Yeah? Hey.
Good to see you again.
Mala here could take care of stripping out the components and deliver them back to me. And some of the Concord residents have volunteered to help as well. What you need to do is clear out a potential salvage site, scan it with an ASAM, and leave behind a locator beacon.
I have no idea what that is.
The locator beacon is an old side project of mine. I used to use them to mark areas where I found useful salvage. However, they're not exactly practical, so I kind of stopped using them. That's not to say they're not useful. They're just real heavy.
Sure, I can do that.
Well, ain't you just a ray of sunshine? I've adapted Mala's transceiver unit so she can pick up and follow the beacon's signals. That way, the robot can get to and from the salvage site without wandering off and getting lost.
Sounds good.
I've started building some locator beacons we can use for the job. Now, I know they look a bit on the heavy side, and they are. But keep in mind, my first prototypes was twice as big, and 3 times as heavy.
Sounds like a piece of cake.
Maybe for you, but the rest of us ain't blessed with such sturdy frames. All right. Here's the first finished beacon. If you're a little way down, you can always unload some excess gear. I've updated your Pip-Boy with the locations. Up to you where you pick. You just need to clear out the area, scan it, place down the beacon at the marked coordinates, then head on back for the next beacon. Happy trails, and good luck.
Be advised, settler nutrition level is lower than minimum necessary for optimal healing.
I cleared out that spot you sent me to and set up a radio beacon there.
Great work. Malice set off as soon as you activated the beacon. By now, she should already be stripping the place down. Huh. You know, after we're done getting what we need for the hub, no reason we couldn't keep sending Mala out, gather other useful materials. But let's worry about that later. For now, you ready for the next locator beacon?
I'm ready.
Great. Here's the second beacon. Good luck.